Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day to all the panels of the International Conference on Sustainable Agricultural and Environment. My name is Ahmad Kumal Benusli from Faculty of Plantation and Agrotechnology, University Technology Marang, Malaysia. Today, I would like to present on the title of a review participation of cocoa smallholders in an agricultural certification scheme. Basically, we know cocoa is the most famous crop that are globally known. But in order to ensure the productivity of the cocoa which can fulfill the market demand, the answer is agricultural certification scheme, which can help to boost the productivity of the cocoa crops. Let's check it out. Without further ado, now let's take a look on the first phase of this presentation. Cocoa, or known as the Tribuma cacao-else, is the primary commodity crop in Malaysia, like oil palm, paddy and rubber. Cocoa comes from the Malvaceae family. In the tropical world, cocoa is a very significant crop that are widely used in the manufacturing of chocolates and other end products. In Malaysia, Malaysia Cocoa Board will manage the cocoa industry under the Ministry of Plantation, Industry and Commodity in the way to make the Cocoa Malaysia become more revival and essential crop throughout the year. If you want to know, cocoa crop has been steadily expanding over the last few decades in Malaysia and also in the world. Because of what? Because of the organized policy support, crop area expansion, and also the good yield of the productivity, the crop area. Based on the Food and Organization of United Nations, FOSTAT stated that Malaysian cocoa crop at the ranking number 13 in the world, with the production of 1,005 ton in the 2019 that contribute to the 1.64 billion ringgit Malaysia of the gross domestic profit GDP on the 2020. Generally in Malaysia, there are three places that produce the crop area. For the first one is the Peninsular Malaysia, that include Kuala Selangor, Bagan Datuk, Sabak Bernam, Muar, Temerloh and Batu Pahat. For the second area is the Sarawak, and for the third area is Sabah. Based on the data from the MPIC Malaysia, cocoa crop in Malaysia at the ranking number 3 in the agri-commodity sector that produce the cocoa crop around 227 tons, which include the 3 area in the Malaysia that produce the cocoa crops. So, this study is to review and measure factor and benefits of the smallholders' participation in the agricultural certification scheme. Generally, agricultural certification scheme, there are several certification either locally in Malaysia and internationally that must match the cocoa sector requirement in order to support the producer groups and cocoa smallholders. If you want to know, based on the MPIC Minister Yang Berhormat Datuk Zuraida Kamaruddin claimed that the country cocoa sector is a well-known and the production of the cocoa is keep growing throughout the year. Now let's take a look on the method that I used in the review study. For the study selection, the article published were searched from the Web of Science, Scopus and also Google Scholar. For the searching part, I using several keywords such as agricultural, certification, scheme, factor, influence, motivation, adoption, and many more. The last part of the method is the data extraction and analysis. The article that meets the review criteria were found by using the comprehensive search to define the factor and benefits of this study. Now, let's take a look on the major part of this study. They have several studies identify the key elements that influencing the smallholders' participation in the agricultural certification scheme. Now, let's take a look on the first part is supporting the smallholders is the factor that affecting the smallholders' participation in the agricultural certification scheme. A study was found Malaysia Cocoa Board will provide cocoa smallholders with a good motivation and support, including the planting supply, raw material, and provide a lot of information and knowledge to the smallholders. Other than that also, a productive MCB staff under the Department of the Extension Agent will ensure and provide the information regarding the new technologies to the smallholders. Next is the certification awareness. Certification awareness is typically a factor that affects cocoa certification among smallholders. Participating smallholders in certification program are overwhelmingly positive about the program advantage. Moreover, the smallholders' involvement in the training and courses will impact whether or not they receive certification on a national or worldwide level. The willingness of the certificate is encouraged by the knowledge of the significance of certification and the procedure required for any crop, particularly in the cocoa sector. Therefore, if a farmer have more knowledge and awareness, they will be more eager to obtain the certificate. Additionally, the findings stated that attitude could be one of the influencing aspects to the smallholders for the certification based on theory of plant behavior. Furthermore, age in agricultural certification scheme choice is consistent with a study that has been conducted in Kenya, which found that the age of smallholders is favorably related to the decision to participate in a certification scheme, especially in the agriculture sector. Now, let us take a look on a last part of the factor that influencing the agricultural certification scheme among the smallholders, which is in determining an individual quantification and identification of their preferences over a collection of options. A study was claimed that the theory of preferences is a crucial essential component of individual decision behavior. Now, let's move to the last part, which is benefit participating in agricultural certification scheme. Participating in agricultural certification scheme will be as a guideline that has been successfully strategy for easing the transition to goods and sustainable agricultural production. A study found that the price for certified crops are higher than uncertified crops. They get a lot of training, especially in terms of good and agricultural practices. Other than that, the extrinsic and intrinsic reward that employees receive can be affected by the certification scheme, which might affect a job satisfaction. The certification scheme prioritizes smallholders' empowerment and the bargaining process to strengthen the guidelines for collective agreement between the labor and the traders. Hence, the certification scheme delivers many advantages to the smallholders in developing countries with a good system. The certification aims to increase the consumer awareness of the detrimental effect on the global traders. The certification also will provide the small farmers and the entire production with significant real profit support. It is therefore that the welfare effect on a skilled smallholders may give them a quality product and enable them to transition into the larger scale smallholders. Now, it's come to the conclusion. Based on the review analysis, it was shown that there are many factors that influence the smallholders' participation in the agricultural certification scheme, and this insight is very essential for the commodity certification scheme designer, implementers, and other key stakeholders. Other than that also, policy need to be emphasized smallholders' education in the way to ensure the factor participation of the smallholders in a certification scheme among the cocoa industry. Last but not least, facilitating the smallholders' knowledge exchange about the effect of the adhering to an agricultural certification scheme is so crucial. It can be accomplished by setting up forum like a farmers to farmers platform and farmers field education. Here I want to show my appendices, which is my reference study, the review paper that I was used. 13 review paper that include the factor and benefits of the participation smallholders in the agricultural certification scheme. This is my reference that I was used to complete my review study. Now it comes to the end. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all the organizers that organized this kind of fantastic and good conference, which can help us to deliver and to give the information regarding the sustainable agriculture and economy. I hope also my title will get published in this publication because it can be as a reference to the other researcher that conduct the study regarding the agricultural certification scheme, not only in the cocoa sector but can be the other sector. Thank you very much to all the organizer and have a nice day. Assalamualaikum.